Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Oh no, we lost somebody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise. Of course, it'll be right back.
I wonder what happened there.
I don't know. Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show with the flow. Super Fast Tortoise is ready to go. Wow. Let's get this show on the go, right? The show is for you. And I'm happy that you're here. Say hello, everybody in chat. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all the good stuff while we go into chat, chill, Q&A stuff. So, hey.
First of all, one thing I want to say is welcome to the stream, Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf.
Appreciate you guys inviting me.
Yeah, it's awesome to answer. I've been wanting you on the stream for a while just to chill out and hang out with us.
Yeah, I invited him as a surprise to you there, Tortoise.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that 100. And welcome to the membership club, part of the creep. We got Lone Wolf. Whoa. Creep. For those who don't know, a creep is a group of tortoises in the wild hanging around together. Such a rare event, but that's why it's called creep, because it seems creepy to those who see a group of tortoises out in the wild.
Not creeps, but creep.
Yeah, that's right. There's a difference between creeps and creep. Creeps are one thing, a creep is another.
Yep.
That's right.
I'm back.
Oh, look, he's back again.
Tell
Yeah,
some
that's
friends.
right. Mugenfool's back. It's almost a shill section there.
Yeah, I don't mind shilling, absolutely. For those people who are just watching, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because you're watching the In the Shell Morning Coffee Podcast, starring the one and only Super Fast Tortoise, MTG Hillbilly, kjcowboydan, mugenfool, because it is a Wednesday, and Lone Wolf.
We're trying to get
Hit that like button. Did I do it right? Did I do it right?
You did it right. You did it right.
Yeah.
KJ steps in and just starts dominating. Whoa, that was awesome. Oh yeah. Look at that. He ruled it. Like you'd think KJ had his own show, like procrastinating across the ocean.
No,
Minecraft.
you just said motion.
Yeah. Hey.
Motion of the ocean.
The motion of the ocean.
Motion in the Ocean. I think that's a different show, Mugen. And definitely not monetizable on YouTube.
That's right. Definitely not monetizable on YouTube. But hey, today's a chat and chill day. Questions. We're taking questions. Hope you guys are having a good day with questions. Hope you got a lot of questions for sure. But yeah, today's a chat and chill day too. So we're gonna chat and chill, and woo-wee, we got some chatting to do.
Yeah, we do.
We got Lone Wolf here, who has a very degenerate meal deck that's based off enchantments. You can't explain yourself there, Lone Wolf.
It's not my fault. It's all on you, Tortoise.
So good. So good. I know I did help you with some card ideas for the deck. Mississippi. He sounds like a great Casey Kasem. Nice. He has a great radio voice. He has a face for radio too. I'm telling you what.
Fair enough.
Very handsome.
Yeah, I was told I had a face for radio, and then I was told I had a voice for extra work.
Mm.
I was told I could be a comedian. Didn't follow up on it, but should have.
Shut up. Oh, that's funny. But yeah. Oh, but so talking about degeneracy and magic, Lone Wolf has some pretty spicy decks he's been playing on the regular lately. Like spicy, like competitive enough. Like it's been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So Lone Wolf, what's your thought process when you're building a deck?
Well, I kind of have a kind of like a format that I like to try to build. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Right.
Like with my my mana base, I try to keep it anywhere between 35 and 37 lands.
No.
I've had a deck have 25 lands, and I do not recommend doing that.
Right. Yeah, like when I build a deck, I think of 38 lands always.
You know what my mana base is, right?
Yeah,
Mana base my life on tacos.
that's right. Tacos. That's cool. Like it's cool to know because like when I build a deck, when I build a commander deck, the first three things I think about is removal, ramp, and draw. Then with removal, there's obligatory board wipes thought into that. Draw, I want to have a good draw synergy. So when I have a deck with less draw, I kind of know what to expect with the hand situation there. Oh, it's pretty interesting because I love hearing people's philosophies because sometimes you learn something and sometimes you can teach something.
See, what I like to do is I like to go the 10 by 10 method.
Yeah.
Like 10 card draw, 10 target removal, 10 stuff like that. But the board wipes for me, I run about 3 to 5. It depends on the type of deck. Now, if I run like a stacks deck, I like to increase that above 5 because the whole point of stacks is basically controlling everything else.
Right. KBG says, "Who needs lands when you got Moxes, Black Lotus, and other powerful rocks?" That's right.
Yup.
even though the Black Lotus and most of the Moxes are banned in Commander, but I get where you're going. Funny fact: back in the day, the creators of Magic, people were playtesting it, were running Moxes in their deck, thinking it was just like playing lands, but it wasn't because you only can play 1 land per turn, but you can play like 4 Moxes per turn because they're spells that cost 0.
Yup.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That makes this conversation makes me think of Edge of Eternities. Because we're getting that new planeswalker that has the ability to search for artifact. I believe it's an artifact that costs 1 or less.
That's right.
I wonder if they're going to do, what we're going to get in Edge of Eternities. The spoiler season ain't started yet.
Well, I got an interesting piece of news, but really quick, I want to read Kevin G's comments. Says, "I am a powerful planeswalker. I don't follow your rules. You follow mine." That's funny. But anyways, it's been spoiled that they've hired Eldrazi artists from the past to work on Edge of Eternities.
Ooh.
That's got my eyes all wide open, my mouth all gaped and excited, like, what?
You're trolling over it.
Yeah, drooling over the idea of Eldrazi's and Edge of Eternities. Oh my lord. I'm speculating. There's going to be Eldrazi's in the set. I'm calling it now. There's going to be at least 1 Eldrazi in the set. And they might not be called Eldrazi's because Eldrazi is what we call them on planes, but since they actually exist in the Eternities, they might have a different name. They might be a god. They might be the reason why the the wormhole exists because they suck the mana energy out of it. That's what they do. Jaws do. They suck the mana energy out of planes and stuff. And if that star that turned into a black hole had its mana sucked out and drained and turned into a black hole, that could be a reason. I don't know. Wizards, you can take my ideas for free. They're great ideas.
Tortoise is rocking the fan fiction today.
That's right.
Or giving Hasbro ideas.
Nice. Oh, what's this? Ryan Nowicki. Is that how you say that? Says my roommate and I recently worked on an EDH variant that plays kind of like Pokemon. You get 6 one-use commanders instead of 1, and along with all the other ways to lose, you lose if all your commanders die. Nice.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
That sounds interesting. So you got a bench of commanders, and if you can't win by using them all, you lose the game. That's a pretty clever, interesting idea.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a YouTube video of that made.
that
Really?
would be a good format.
Mm-hmm.
Something, at least something different.
Right. But yeah, all crazy, all cool. Why is SFT and Hillbilly the coolest people on the show? I think that's a very biased opinion.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, I see when I'm not wanted by Miss Hillbilly. At least Mr. Hillbilly still likes me.
Are you sure about that?
No.
That's funny. It's on the show. I meant. Well, the show is a shell.
Yep.
We got what you meant.
Yeah, we got you.
I mean, out of all of us, KJ is the coolest one. He's the one who wears shades indoors.
I wear shades even when it's dark outside.
That's right. That's right. Kev G says Hillbilly hates everyone equally. Well, that's the best way to hate everybody is equally.
It's called equal opportunity.
That's right. But yeah. But on top of that, what is it? Lately we've been seeing a lot of progression in the community of our. I'm gonna call our community like tight knit, right? Our community is tight knit because we may share subscribers with other content creators, but our community is very tight knit. Hillbilly, Mugenfool, Lone Wolf, KJ, like to get and everybody else out there like Mrs. Hillbilly, KBG and stuff. Like we have this tight knit community. We try to branch into a non-toxic community. We try to control our little dome of people. But it's fun to watch people progress, and one of the funnest people to watch progress the most has been KJ. Like, if you haven't checked out his streams, he is far beyond Hillbilly and I when it comes to streaming. Oh my lord!
I don't know about that. You keep on telling those Pinocchio fibs, and your nose gonna grow. I'm just playing around with new things every day, and
I figured out I could turn on text to speech, but I did not turn that on.
Well, I turned it on by accident once, so that way I can listen to chat like they were there, and it got annoying after a while because you got your on Twitch side you have your bots for the Pokemon community game and and I have my bot that tells me when I'm about to go into an ad. So and I hear that in my ear and I'm like, okay, just interrupted somebody's comment. And I'm like, I have to go back and look the whole point of the text to speech. So now that Jesse's monetized and I'm monetized, I have enabled TTS via Tango and, not as many people use it because it costs bits, but I'm going to start getting people to try to use that.
Right. Really quick, Kevin G asks, why does Edge of Eternity look like Infinity? The one card looks like it has stickers and etc. So the special variants look like that. The last set we have in space is Infinity, so it's very relatable to that set. So seeing how things go with Edge of Eternities, you know, the last experience in space we had was Jason Space, you know.
Yep.
Then we got, it's always good to have a positivity in the show. That's right. So yeah, like one of the things to say is we're like what I was talking about is like we kind of like a tight knit group, and don't get me wrong, we're open to like new people wanting to join the community, be in the community. We love new subscribers, new followers, new members, and stuff like that. But we also like people on the show, and we give people an equal opportunity to be on the show. But if you don't make the cut, you just don't make the cut because there's certain vibes we like. Like, for instance, my brain tries to break down the show based on the people who are on the show and the talents they bring. And really, it's interesting to see how that goes. Like Hillbilly, good arena player, good standard player, has good philosophy on arena. And KJ is very obtuse compared to that, like from arena, but like he comes from an outside standpoint, and man, he sometimes just gets into it really good with like these legitimate, logical questions, even if they're adverse to what we're talking about, and sometimes it goes that way. And that one of the things we look for in the community is people who have their own opinions and want to keep it positive, even if sometimes our topics are not super positive. We try to keep a positive light. We try to think about the bright side and the other side.
Yep.
Whoa.
Sometimes KJ has some hot takes as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't let KJ forget. He sometimes has some hot takes. That guy, I swear, that KJ.
Sometimes I swear KJ doesn't have enough coffee in his life.
I'd vote for that. I'd vote for more coffee.
That's right.
I don't think you could ever have enough coffee for KJ.
Kevin G says it isn't a special art though. Look at Sammy's normal art. Okay. All right.
You're right back.
I'm happy to see the new cards and everything. Well, I do have a gripe about Wizards. Not a bad gripe, but not a good gripe. My biggest gripe is why so many sets? Why dropping them so dang on fast? Or a set can be seasoned. You already got the next dish in the oven and getting ready to come out of the oven.
Yeah, well, they push the sets out because people who are going to buy in the FOMO things are going to buy it, and people who don't will just wait.
True.
Yeah,
very true.
Because the more product,
it's all about the sales. All about the sales.
That's right. Like from the sales perspective, it's all about the sales. It's not from the consumer's perspective. You know,
right.
Consumers, we're like, what should we buy? Buy this, buy that. Hold on a second. Boop.
Yep.
Present. Share screen. Opportunities. Boop. There we go. We got Sammy right there, and yeah, it looks different. It looks kind of Infinity like, but at the same time, it's a different style. I mean, look, you got a planet in the background. It doesn't feel Magic because Magic's never been in space before, other than Infinity.
Right.
It looks like a piece of artwork you could buy offline or AI generate. You know, I mean, look at the ball it's working on. It has a star, moon, and a sad face, like it's like on a kid's toy ball. You know.
This is KJ's favorite art. You know why?
Why?
There's Kitty on it.
Kitty.
Yeah. It kind of looks like Q too.
Right.
Yep.
But the difference between Kitty and Q is that thing looks calm. So either the artist who drew that's lying, or this is truly an alternate universe.
Right. This is KJ in an alternate universe. He's working on it. He's working on it like a ball type mechanical thing, and Q's just sitting there. And 7 of 9 or 7 of Feline is somewhere in the background just sleeping.
Yep.
But yeah. Oh yeah, Kevin G, it does look like it's made by it does. It does. Like, I don't know if it really is, but it looks like it could be.
Man, I wouldn't doubt it nowadays because AI is getting good.
Right. And since Wiley Wizard of the Coast operates on using AI for certain images, and they might tweak their images and stuff to make it specially theirs. There's no telling if it was made by AI or not. I mean,
Yeah, I saw an article not too long ago when about Wizards of the Coast and AI. They have used AI in the past, but they've gone back to regular artists as much as possible because of the flack that they've gotten in the past. What they're doing now, though, is like programs like Photoshop and other art programs that you can get out there have AI built into it now. So you can do your art and then have AI do the coloring, or AI can do like the touch-ups of the of certain digital aspects.
right. For reals, can do the visual aspects and stuff like that. Zora must be the name of the AI artist, right? Well, like because Wizard of the Coast a long time ago. Well, I don't know how long ago, but some time ago, said they're not getting, like, they got in trouble for using AI art, but then they came back out saying, you know, we're going to use AI art where we want to. They're going to do whatever they want. So basically, they're admitting that AI art may be used in some of the art. Like there's been times I've done a couple projects where I AI arted a logo. I came up with a basic logo frame, took the AI art and edited the logo to be specific for a creator to make it look badass for whatever it was, you know, really cool. Yep. And I made it my own off the AI art. So that can be the kind of stuff that Wizard of the Coast does, you know, and maybe some artists do, you know, like imagine AI art being like a sketch, like, you know, when you sketch out a design and before you finalize it, you get a design and you edit it, the design, you change the design to match what you're going for, what you can do. That could be a possibility for all we know.
Oh yeah,
I agree. Sorry, go on, Hillbilly.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Wizards for using AI and editing the AI art. I mean, I don't put nothing past them. We don't really know if they're doing that or if the artist that they're using is actually doing the art. We really don't know what really goes on behind the closed doors there.
Right.
Let me ask you a question, and I've asked this to my my following all the time because I get flack all the time. I use a lot of AI. I do. Lone Wolf knows. And everybody knows. I play with AI during the shows. At the end of every show that Jesse and I do, we bring up ChatGPT, have ChatGPT write a story. We read it. Me and Jesse write music all the time with our own lyrics, but yet use an AI band called Suno. And then I use AI art for thumbnails because I don't have the technology to I don't have the artist tech that a lot of these digital artists have to make the art. So I use AI for a lot of things. I get people coming in and they criticize, well, you're using fake art, you're a cheater, blah 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 blah. And I said, no, I'm using a tool. First of all, people who are afraid of AI, I'm not trying to get into a little rant or anything, but if you're afraid of AI, then you're obviously not very comfortable with your own skills and you need to get better, or you need to learn to embrace a tool. If you're afraid of a tool, then you are in fact a tool. But if you're not, if you're not afraid of AI, you'll be willing to use it along with your talents that you already have. Right. And Henry Ford, he automated the auto industry, and people were afraid of the automated assembly line because they thought they were going to lose jobs. Mm-hmm. Now, people didn't lose their jobs when the assembly line came out. They just had to learn a new skill.
Well, none of that. When Henry Ford created the automobile, he created the assembly line, which helped produce more jobs for people at the same time and quicker production rates so they can push out more product. Right. It was crazy.
Right. And, so it's like if when it comes down to a tool like AI or an assembly line or robotics, these are meant to make our lives easier instead of doing things the hard way. Now we know, Tortoise and I have talked about people in our community who insist on doing things the hard way.
Right.
And
no
you know,
problem with that. They want to do it that way.
you know,
Well-
you want to do it that way, or you don't know any other way to help you out.
Right,
As long as you have a tool, I think that there is no problem with using that tool as long as you put at least 51% effort into what you're doing to make the art.
Oh yeah.
Well, what the main issue here is change. Like some of one word, it's change. People are afraid of change because they're afraid that this might happen, or that might happen, and nobody knows if this is going to happen, if that's going to happen. But it is change. People are afraid of change.
Well, look at
Those are
this. Look at this. You're not going to find AI artists, or not AI artists. You're not going to find regular artists who are going to do the work for free.
Exactly.
Someone who has a $0 budget like me can't afford to pay someone like $15, $20 for a thumbnail. So
Right.
if I use a free program for AI art, like I do on my thumbnails, and they're banger, you know, it's a service that helps us look more professional, right?
Exactly.
It's like, for example, people don't understand, and sometimes I copy and paste my own prompts that I make, but people don't understand that in order to get a good picture, you got to write a good prompt. There's skill in writing a good prompt. You know, you got to learn that process. It's still work. It's still a program you have to use. It's still a tool. You know,
Correct.
so like one of the biggest things that people worry about is profiting off it. Like there was a long time ago, like a couple years back when AI was new, some guy made $700, and I could be wrong on the number here. Made $700 off selling a large print that he made off of AI,
Mm.
and someone got mad because that wasn't skill to like hand painting. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but he did a good job, made a good art, and it sold. The user end, the person who bought it didn't complain that was AI. In fact, in the article, he said it was told to him that it was AI. The guy had to pay a pretty penny to get it printed on this large canvas. You know, it wasn't $700 worth. He made his money back on it, but he made a living, you know, a small living, and maybe he's still doing it. I don't know. But look, if it's art that you like, resonate with, in the end, no one's going to complain. Like no one's replacing Bob Ross's paintings, right? No one's replacing real artist paintings out there. But the issue is if you can't afford those paintings, doesn't mean you have to go without now, right?
I don't know. I did a very good AI version of the Mona Lisa. You know, it looks exactly like a turtle, and it was much better.
It looks exactly like a turtle, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. You know, the Mona Michelangelo.
Yeah, like I said, like KJ said, it's a tool. Use it to your advantage, right? Use it to your advantage. Put in the work to make it look unique, or like what I do, have a thumbnail platform made where I just use the same platform or whatever you call it, template. I have the same template that I use, and I edit it a little every once in a while, or throw some text on the image, just because AI is doing work. Like I'm doing the work in the morning. In the morning, I'm writing a prompt, right? I'm writing a prompt. I'm trying to come up with stuff, and I'm trying to come up, be creative. And it takes me like 15, 20 to 30 minutes sometimes to get a good prompt out, plus several image generations to get the right kind of prompt I want. So even though AI is doing the heavy working for me, it doesn't stop me from doing the work to make it work. You know?
Yeah, there is a big conversation to say about like if you have literary skills, you absolutely can put together a great prompt.
Salmonella, change your name to Tree of Dim Hobbies. Hey, what's up?
So,
We're so happy that you're here. Whoop, whoop.
Hey,
wow.
or Tree.
What's popping? You're popping in chat. It is Ella. That's right. I recognize the picture.
yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone else had that picture, I'd worry that your account got hacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture gave it away.
That's right. Let's see. KBG says, I don't mind AI or tech for non-creative jobs, but with something like art for music that would come from the soul, that's just me. Well, it like for instance, DJ Longhair does a really good job on his music. So does KJ, does a really good job on their music. and they're not doing it to make a profit off the music. Well, maybe you can, but
Oh,
they're using
absolutely. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not make a profit on anything you do? First of all, with what I do, I'm actually writing the lyrics.
Right.
It's a band. If you want to pay, if you have a band and you want to donate your time for free, I will give you the lyrics that I write, and you can do it. In the meantime, I can't afford a band.
Right. Well, what I'm getting at is they're like, even I use AI music, and that's to improve our shows, the quality of our shows. We're trying to be professionals at what we do, even though we're like lackluster professionals, but we're trying to be professional. We're trying to make a good quality content for you using the tools that we have access to. And like, I think Wizards is doing the same idea. And I think the artists who are working on these art could be doing the same idea. They're just progressing. I mean, think about this. Watsy's working on like 5-6 different sets of Magic at the same time in the year, plus working on different projects for different IPs, different games and stuff.
They only have a handful of artists.
They don't have the time just to be all the perfect artists if they're going to use AI art. They're like, let's take that AI sketch basically and edit that so our time goes faster. And that could be
because I'm a capitalist, I have one thing to say about this. Because I'm a capitalist, anything you do, if you're not doing it for money, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion, because I'm a capitalist. And absolutely. Every single thing I use for AI is to make money. Every single thing I do with AI is to make money, because why bother?
Right.
Yep. I use AI music for my intro music.
Right. Kevin G says, I can see that argument if you use AI for inspiration or use it to help you learn the trade either by tracing or etc. Right. And look, as someone who went to graphic design school for 2.5 years, let me tell you, AI generation has helped me be easy, because like the AI generation tools I use for the thumbnails that you see, I make like 10, 20, that may take 10, 20, 30 minutes to make but the handcraft a thumbnail for every video I do, that can take a couple hours.
Oh,
see how AI just sped that up, and that's what I do. And don't get me wrong, I don't use AI as a crutch, but I use it as a backbone to making life easy, because I make sometimes 3-4 thumbnails a day.
Yep.
And I can't just afford to like take a picture of myself, crop it out all the time, and do all the colors, start from scratch every time. That's why I make templates. And the templates,
the average photographer charges about $50 an hour. The average photographer who works kind of professional photography, not talking about a person with the camera who can go and run a roll of film. I'm talking about the average photographer charges roughly an estimate of $50 an hour. And most people who are in the content creation industry make about 25 to 85 cents a day in ad revenue, because I'm going to be honest with you. In the content creation industry, it is lightning getting Moist Critical money. It is lightning getting Asmon Gold money. It is lightning getting that Iron Mouse money. I'm telling you, as a content creator, most people, and there's a lot of people on the internet trying to be content creators right now, getting roughly about between 10 and 25 cents a day in ad revenue. And they're not going to be able to afford to pay for a band, an artist, a photographer, a editor. And AI, I think if you're not using all of that AI stuff to help you as a tool, you're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I believe, and I think. No, but you're talking to a cartoon idiot on the internet.
Well, that's right.
But
That's right.
I agree with you 100% on that, KJ. I mean, AI is a tool. Why not use it?
Right.
I mean, it's not going to take over the world.
And for those who don't know, there are AI tools that are free, but there are people who pay to use it and make better quality. Because like sometimes when you pay for the service, they give you better quality images, right? So there are people who use it. And look, I've seen people use AI in ways that I have never used, that make pictures like hanging out with the Golden Girls or thing, or finding a shirt like in a thrift store and using AI to put it on someone's body so they can show it to you, that shirt with other people looking like it's a more natural in that environment. It's crazy what people can do with AI, and people do pay for this stuff. People
Also,
do pay for this stuff.
Also, AI is still in its infancy. It's not good. You have to be like really, really, really good yourself at putting together prompts and all this other stuff and letting the computer know exactly what you want down to the detail. Otherwise, it's not going to give you what you want. AI is very much in its infancy. Go to Suno and just give it a prompt, a small prompt, the smallest prompt that you can to make a song, and it's going to turn out jank. It's because the AI needs your art in order to make art. It's called training, right?
Yes.
So if you don't give it enough prompts, you don't give it enough description, you don't give it enough verbs, adjectives, nouns, and whatnot, and you're not literally able to come up with the prompts, then you're not going to get anything. AI is like an infant. It can't do anything unless you teach it how to do it. So if you don't teach it what you want, it's not going to do anything for you anyway. So there is no need to worry about AI in that case scenario. And the people who are worried about it, you can always unfollow the content creators that are using it. You don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to complain about it. I get these people coming into my show all the time commenting, and I just ban them off the bat. I think I banned about 30 people on my Twitch page for complaining about AI art. You know what? You don't like it? Fine. You don't have to watch my content. You're gone. Bye. See ya, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
All right. KBG says it wouldn't take over the world, no, but it will make being an artist impossible. You can compete with free. You can't compete with free. So you'll get to the point that artist's skill will become a lost skill. Well, the sad truth about things like
disagree.
this, like the sad thing about things like this, though, is how many professions that, like, for example, when I went to graphic design school, the graphic design I went to, as soon as I got out of school, became obsolete.
Yeah, I humbly disagree with that statement, though. If you don't feel confident in your own talent, then your art's going to die. If you're not satisfied with and able and confident with yourself, a tool is not going to take your talents away from you. I disagree with that wholeheartedly, wholeheartedly, but I disagree.
Right.
You have to be confident with yourself. Self-confidence.
I agree with your disagreement there, because I've seen a guy take a picture of a brick wall. I know a guy who took a picture of a brick wall, put it on one of those websites where you can sell your art, and sold the piece for $700 to a video game company who wanted to use that brick wall picture.
Wow.
Oh, it reminds me of that one time that guy put a banana in duct taped the banana to the wall as and sold it.
Hey, like art is subjective all around. And look. AI cannot replace what real artists have, and cannot replace your skill level, right?
Yeah, I'll say
AI copies skill levels, like they copy different arts and stuff.
It trains. Technically, it trains. It doesn't copy anything. It trains.
Right, just like AI music, right? Just like AI music, it trains and learns different music, different styles from all the things. AI, I don't think AI is going to take over the world by storm yet. But it's taken over the industry of, hey, how do I do something free, copyright free? Now I have to worry about getting my butt kicked from all these logistics.
Also, what else? With the whole complaint that most people have about AI training off of other people's work, did you know that you as a human being have to go to school and you train off of other people's work? Just for regular education, you're training off of other people's work. Also, when you learn how to do art and you go to art classes, or you trace something for the first time, or you even make your own drawing, you are training off of art that you've seen in the past. Right. It doesn't matter if it's good or, I have my own style. I'm sorry, but there are 100,000 artists in the United States minimum, and they all have the same style. How many artists are there in the anime industry who trained off of each other's art? Every single anime has the exact same art. Now, you're telling me there's the creativity there? There's no creativity there. BS.
No, there's creativity.
In my opinion.
No, there is creativity out there. And look, don't sell yourself short from your own skills. You're in the end, if the internet goes down, the real artists will flourish, right? Like more than what they're doing now. And look,
Mhm.
real artists flourish now, and this but like you're saying artists are going to struggle, right? Here's the true fact: starving artist has existed for over decades, over a century.
That's why they call it a starving artist. Yes, you're right. Thank you, tortoise. Woohoo! Dancing to the tortoise. I worship the tortoise.
Right? Though, like being an artist is always hard, right? But like I know an artist that my wife watched for a while. She owns her own business, and she learns how to sell her art. Like she makes like little kid looking bookmark art kind of stuff. And she goes to this website where they trademark it, where they will sell it and put it on product. And she, like one time, she went to the dollar store, saw her own art on dollars. There's ways of getting your artwork out there. Don't sell yourself short, and just target one direct audience with your artwork. Sell it to everybody you can.
Everybody. Yes. Yes.
Right? Because if I design skulls for an artwork, not everybody's gonna like skulls for artwork, right? But
Did you know that there's more than one Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
You know, that made sense. He made more than one Statue of Liberty. There's 3 of them. So if you think about being that way, exactly what you just said, absolutely. Make your art, reproduce it. How many He-Man action figures are there?
Mm-hmm.
How many Magic the Gathering cards are there?
Right.
Of the same card, Magic. We're on a Magic channel. Magic has been known to use a lot of friggin' AI, and people are bitching about AI.
Right. But like, yes. So there's actually room for artists, because you know what? There are companies out there, like legitimate factories and stuff, that will not use AI art. Right? They'll buy your art. They'll make it authentic. They'll put it on products. That's what a lot of people do. They make artwork for products nowadays. That's why one of the most expensive thing is getting things customized done, is because there is a demand for customized options like hats, shirts, and whatnot. And
Can I mention another one you just left out? Upcyclers.
Oh yeah, upcyclers for sure. So what is it? So you're dancing around my statement. Capitalism will favor free labor with AI overhand because it's cheaper. Well,
yes,
people
exactly.
will. I mean, look in that
Isn't that great?
Look in that statement there, Kevin G. Amazon.com is relinquishing a lot of people from their jobs so they can favor robots to do that job. It saves money on them,
and they do it better.
And the robots do it without success. Now, the sad fact is people are going to be jobless.
Well, they can learn new skills.
That's the American way: is learn new skills, progress.
I am 47 years old. I am not an internet savvy person. But over the last year, I've been teaching myself the internet, teaching myself to stream, teaching myself things that people have been asking me about the internet, which I don't know diddly squat about, having to learn. I'm an old dog teaching myself new tricks. Why? Because technology has changed. Life has changed. What we have as tools are changing on a daily basis. If you're an old dog, do as I am. Teach yourself new tricks. If you're afraid that you're about to lose out on everything, then you're probably having issues of your own, in my opinion.
Right, but tell you what, there's jobs that people don't talk about, and I'm not going to mention what people say about these jobs, but I'm going to tell you the jobs. There's janitorial jobs out there. There's fast food jobs out there. There's farming jobs out there. People can do that. People opt not to do. There's jobs out there, opportunities for those people who want to do jobs. There's different jobs out there, and there's Walmart jobs, there's Target jobs, there's other jobs out there, right? One of the hardest things one of the hardest things to learn about this country of ours in the United States is you can go for 4 to 6 years in college and still walk out and not get a job in your field. Imagine that. Imagine that. So. And that's what happened to me. I went to a job corps, got training in graphic design, and the graphic design I was trained in became obsolete the year I graduated. Like all the places I was applying to were closing down, you know.
And that's a lot to do with technology changing, technology improving. Also, what we need to learn has changed because, I mean, think about it. Science, right? Science is all about one scientist stepping on the shoulders of another scientist in order to get science improved. So that way we're not so behind the times and believing in fairy tales. Now, the world exists because it exists. Well, now we know the world exists because of the Big Bang, because we know that Einstein had this theory of relativity, and then several other people took that to make inventions that help our lives out. In Japan right now, farming is becoming automated. They have a completely automated farm where they have a robotic machine plant and harvest.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a thing that's actually happening in Japan right now. It's a legitimate thing in order to make life better and also be able to produce food for a civilization that doesn't have enough food for all of its people.
Mm-hmm. KVG says, yes, learn more skills that will become obsolete in 20 years. Your generation is fine with this because jobs won't be as restricted as they will be in my lifetime and my kids too. No,
your kids will have to learn their skills.
The fact is, times will have to change with those, right? I don't think they're going to just look. Here's a fact. Like, if they were to automate everything in the world, they can't make money if the people ain't making money. So they'll have to have ways for us to make money.
Right. And then the economy will crash. On top of that, let's say we don't keep learning new skills, learning how to repair the equipment that's coming out on a daily basis, learning how to repair our cell phones. If you don't like AI, you don't like these things, you need to get rid of your cell phone. Right. I'm going to be honest with you. Your cell phone is 80% AI when it comes down to what's in there. The gingerbread or whatever software your cell phone has inside it, it's a very small program. The rest of it is moderated and used, and not moderated and used. There's a word I'm looking for. I can't think about it. Don't know what it is. But your cell phone is 80% AI operated. You only just press a button to press send. Maybe you press save on a phone number or an email address. A lot of people are talking into their phone. There needs to be an AI that puts your text out because you can't sit there and take the time to text when you're busy. So you're dealing with AI there. You're dealing with AI when you tune on your television. You're dealing with AI when you boot up your computer.
Mm-hmm. And like for example,
yeah, I go on.
My phone's last update installed two AI systems in it that I cannot uninstall.
And if not for progress, we'd still be living in caves.
Mm-hmm.
If not for progress, we'd be living in caves. Probably our species would be extinct with the dinosaurs, if not for having picked up a rock and learned how to make a axe, and then learning how to make fire, and then learning how to make a lighter, and then learning how to make a electric lighter. Then, we have computers and cell phones, all because of that. And if, if you think people say I'm like crazy because I'm like, oh, well, we wouldn't be living in caves. We were living in caves when we were a Neanderthal. We were living in caves when we were the caveman, before technology, before the advancement of society.
That's right.
In my opinion.
KBG says stores will fully run without employees in 20 years, though.
I would argue, wait, before you go back, can you go back to that one comment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would say they tried to do that. Amazon said they were doing that, but it was found out later that they were having people from India calculate how much people were getting, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Possibly. So you can get robots that can repair other robots and cell phones. They can easily be a nurse, surgeon, or a doctor.
Yeah. I would sooner trust. All right. So my surgeon, even though my surgeon for my cancer treatment is great, but he's 70 years old. He has a firm hand, but he's 70 years old. I mean, what if he got the shakes one day? A robot's not going to get the shakes.
Right. Well,
I would sooner trust. Unless a glitch happened, and then I'd blame the person who didn't get the computer technician to come in because he's afraid of AI.
Right. Then we got Coach's Magic. Coach, it's good. Welcome. The speed at which your AI is improved is astronomically fast.
Yep.
Really fast. We got Angel Sniper. Hey,
Sup?
I hear you. So yeah, so like, hey, don't look at me and think I don't care what AI is doing, because I do care. And I'm kind of stuck on the sidelines watching everything that's happening. But for a fact, like, if people aren't making money in the future, robots in the industry are going to be nothing, because if no one can purchase what they're selling, that's not going to be worthwhile, right? So there's going to have to be repercussions to what happens. Like, there's going to have to be an evolution to what happens, right? Like, if we're like right now, the biggest way in America that people are making money is on social media, from TikTok, YouTube, Kick, whatever.
Right.
They're evolving the class. Like it wouldn't surprise me now. And since I'm not in college during this era, there might be college courses on how to have a successful YouTube channel. For all I know, that might be the next big thing, because that might be the big thing. We might be Ready Player One in the next future. Maybe are making money off the internet like we are. People are reselling on the internet right now. There's other ways people are making money. Trust me, the government wants its taxes too.
All right. So now Elon Musk said this when he helped create ChatGPT back in the day, before he sold his share of ChatGPT, right? So Elon Musk said people are afraid of AI because they had movies and television put it into their head that there is going to be a Skynet situation. Now, the final fact of the matter is the reason why we worry about a Skynet situation is because there are people who are bad people. Bad people will use a tool for bad reasons. Good people will use a tool for good reasons. And if you're going to be a nefarious person, of course you're going to use it for certain reasons. If you're going to be a capitalist, you are smart to use it for your financial gain. And if you're not going to use AI or anything to your financial gain, then you're, in my opinion, a complete moron, in my opinion. And, I think that if you don't use the tools at your hand for your own financial gain, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. But all right, my friends, I know it's that time of day where you get really quiet and you take that big gulp of saliva down your throat, and you're like, oh no, it's that time of day where we click this button.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Alrighty, my friends. It is time we hit the shill section, but before we hit the shill section, I actually had a picture of the day mocked up today.
Cool.
All right, here we go. It says, drinking coffee with your best friend, ignoring the problems in the background because reality can be too much to handle alone.
Yup.
This is kind of like, this is a frog and a turtle. Kind of represents me and my wife hanging out at the end of the world, just drinking coffee, ignoring what's happening in the background. But you can look at it however you want. But yeah, like this picture.
Yeah, what'd you say, Lone Wolf?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
But yeah, that's the picture of the day. There were supposed to be Muppets, but it's kind of creepily realistic and weird at the same time.
Weird Muppet.
I like it. I like it. It also kind of reminds me of that I'm Not Worried meme from what was it, Adventure Time? Where no, it wasn't Adventure Time, it was the other one.
Not Adventure Time. You're talking about the
It's fine. I'm not worried and everything's on fire. There's another cartoon. Same network.
the one with the dog.
Yeah, the yellow dog or whatever kind of creature he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jake.
Jake.
That's from Adventure Time.
It was Adventure Time? I thought so. I thought I remembered it as Adventure Time.
Yeah. It's yellow. It's yellow. There's a yellow dog in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to post that one on Twitter. People will like that.
All right. So let's get to the shill section, thrill section. I know he doesn't have a channel, but if you want to say something really quick, Lone Wolf, I'll give you a chance to say something.
Yeah, like Torres said, I don't have a channel, but if you could follow and like and watch everybody here from kjcowboydan to Hellwheeler, mugenfool, Tortoise, Hillbilly, just give them all the best support.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on the show today. It's been awesome.
I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Now we're going to roll over to Mugenfool.
Hey, everybody. I have nothing else to. I might actually stream some of my Disney Dreamlight Valley games sometime in the future when it cools down a little bit, but it's been too hot to stream recently.
Yeah. All right. Well, check it out. Check him out. Go subscribe to the Mugenfool. And thinking of fools, we're going to get to the KJ Cowboy Dan, who's just a tool. No, I'm kidding. He's not a tool.
No, I am a tool. I am a tool to be used in the right possible way. Like a screwdriver, you put me in that little socket and you turn it, and you turn it, and you turn it. But you know what you can turn to is tonight at 7 Central, Jesse Hellwheeler and myself, we're going to be talking about IPs, our own art. We're even going to have a book publisher joining us on our show today. The fellow's from Brazil. He publishes comic books and young adult novels in Brazil, and he's going to talk to us about getting Jesse's IPs like Batcat published. So make sure you join us tonight at 7 Central. And once again, for those people who were here today, yeah, I might have had some hot topics, but those are just my beliefs, and don't let those hurt you because you have your own beliefs, and I respect your beliefs.
Woo-woo. All right. And with that, we're going to roll over to MTG Hillbilly.
Hey, first of all, I thought a screwdriver is what you use to hammer a nail down with. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought a screwdriver was a drink.
I did. Yeah, that too. But anyway, enough of that. Today at 2:00, I plan on doing another arena stream. That's all I got planned for today.
All right.
And Monday, I want to fire up a Commander game around 7 o'clock Monday nights.
Sounds
If
awesome.
anybody is interested in playing on Monday, we got the rest of the week to talk about that. But all you gotta do is be a member of the Discord.
Whoop, whoop. Sounds good. Yeah, check it out. Like if I can, I'll be there, but it depends on the day. Mondays are hard for me, but if you can play Monday, it's always fun to get a game in. All right, now with Tortoise here. First of all, I'll remind everybody for my Commander games coming up this week, Thursday, Friday. I have a little 4x4, 4-inch by 4-inch little advertisement spot. If you want an advertisement spot, I want you to create the advertisement yourself and reach out to me on Discord if you want to be advertised on my channel. Trying to help the channel grow, let me know. We'll go with the flow. But then, I want to remind you tonight is Wednesday. We're going to play Jurassic World Evolution 2 Wednesday Arcade. Whoop, whoop.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to play some more Evolution 2 to see how well we go. I might start this game early. I'm figuring it out. Probably around 6 o'clock, but varying if I do any live shenanigans beforehand. I don't know. We'll have fun with it. We'll go. But check that out tonight. And with that, I want to remind everybody that you're awesome and you're amazing. I want to thank everybody for being on this channel, from Mugenfool, Hillbilly, KJ Cowboy Dan, Lone Wolf, and everybody in Chatland. Thank you for stopping by, being amazing, being awesome. I want to thank all my channel members for making this channel what it is, and all my subscribers for growing the channel the way you do. You guys rock. You guys rule. I want to remind you, you are loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive for somebody else, because you might be the change they need today. And with that, my friends, we need to get to that sweet, sweet outro.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning.